Hello everyone, here we are in the final week of our class, and I thought I'd shoot this video, talk a little bit about what we're doing this week and wrapping up the course. But congratulations, you've made it all the way through this guy, and about 350 pages here. You're finishing your last few chapters up this week, so congratulations on that. I think we can call you evidence-based managers at this point, so you've done a really good job. I've been very impressed with the one-pagers that have been coming through. So great job in that. All right, so let's talk a little bit about how we're winding up the class, any kind of last-minute administrative things, and what we need to do to kind of end this for you guys by this Sunday. So remember, this Sunday will be the final day of the class. So first thing I want to talk about is late work. If anybody has late work, if you've missed an assignment for any reason, I do accept late work. You will notice in your grade book that there'll be a single point in there. Don't freak out like, oh my God, he gave me a single point. I can't get any more points. I do accept late work. There is a little haircut on your points. I mean, for folks that got it in on time, but it is almost always students lose full letter grades in their final grade when they're missing assignments. So if you want to preserve that B or that A or what have you, make sure that you get in any of your late assignments. I will accept them all the way through until the class closes Sunday at midnight. The next day I come in, I go onto Canvas, see what's in the Dropbox, grade anything that's in there, and then we'll add that to your final total. So again, it's definitely worth your while, especially on those higher value points. If you think every 100 points is a letter grade. So if you're missing a 60 pointer or a couple of 60 pointers, you're already at B level. So even if you submitted those and you got a 45 points out of 60 or what have you, it could preserve your letter grade. So I definitely encourage you to do that on late work. Okay, so there's my little pitch on late work to get that in by this Sunday before the class finishes. Grading in general. Wow, okay, all the grading is caught up. Boy, I was really far behind for other stuff that I was doing about a week and a half ago, and I still was struggling to get caught up. But all the grades should be caught up as of today. I'm shooting this on Monday, so all your grades should be finalized in there. For any assignments that you've turned in as of like this afternoon and today. If you're trickling in on the late work, I'll go in and grade that as I see it come in. So give me a little leeway on that. But everything that's kind of in the can right now is graded. So go in and check your grades. Overall, I think everybody's doing very well. Tons of A's in the class at this point. So you're looking really great. All right, so that's late work, that's grading. Let's talk about what we're doing this week and finishing up the course. So this week, we'll jump into the modules. Somewhat of a little bit more beefier module, but let's take a look here. Module 7. Okay, so a little bit beefier module. It may look that way on the face of it, but it's not too bad. So what you have is you have two one-pagers. Normally we do one, but you don't have a discussion forum, so that's not in there this week. So it kind of balances out. And so you have two one-pagers, one apply and one on assess. Remember, the one-pagers match the chapter content, and you guys are really doing great on that. Again, some of the best one-pagers I've ever seen. You guys are doing really super on that. Then the big, I guess, summative assignment. So you're going to be doing a CAT, critically appraised topic. And watch the video. I got it a couple places in there, but watch that video where I kind of do a walkthrough or a talk about the CAT and what is required. I don't want you necessarily to go overboard and do too much. So hopefully we've got a nice little balance in there in what you see for the CAT assignment, where it's not as much in depth as the one presented in the book. So that's what I tried to do. And there is a template provided if you wish to use it, or you can go with the format in the book. Again, up to you. I'd probably use the template, make your life a little bit easier. There's no extra credit given for that particular assignment. So there you go. 2 one-pagers and your cat. Hopefully you kind of got started on that this week. Start early. Try not to wait till the weekend for all that stuff to catch up on you, and then so you have a little bit more of a balance this week. Again, yeah, a little bit more, but I think it's manageable. The 2 one-pagers and the cat as well. Some of you have been texting me, and we've been talking about that cat in general. I'm still getting a few hits on topics that are really clinically related. All right, so this is not evidence-based practice from a medical standpoint. Like what you would do as a medical practitioner in working with a patient. So think of it from a business perspective, from that administrative perspective. Just skew it a little bit to get there, because I know many of you are frontline healthcare workers, whether you're nurses, rad tech, respiratory therapy. So it's hard to get out of that mode if you're not already in more of an administrative mode. But usually you can see if you're still very interested in a particular topic that has a clinical orientation to it. It doesn't take too far to take a step back and find I guess a topic that would be administrative that might support that overall goal. So there you go. Because again, all this stuff, for the most part, evidence-based management, it came from the other side of the house. It did come from evidence-based care. So, but now we're applying it to management, administrative aspects, and using that to improve our decision making. All right, so there you go on the cat. Again, use the template would be my recommendation. Make your life a little bit easier as you kind of go through and complete those assignments this week. All right, before I close, if any of you have any issues that come up, especially in the last, this is in the last week, don't hesitate to text me, okay? That's usually the quickest way to get a hold of me. If there's anything that should happen, especially as we get towards the end of the course. I know many of you do your work on the weekends, as would I, because that coincides with the time that you have off. And that kind of puts us up against a wall, if you will, on when the course closes. So again, anything unusual happens, don't hesitate to reach out. What I don't have time to do is on Monday, the day after the course closes, if for instance, I go in there and I grade and I see, oh my gosh, here's a student that got everything in all week, or rather all 7 weeks, except they didn't get their cat in. Something may have happened. I don't know. But that's a 200-point assignment. So I'm kind of like, I got to get grades in. So what do I do? It might have been a family emergency. Who knows? Whatever it was. Maybe it's a technical glitch. So again, I like to give you guys as much time as possible. So that's why I extend those due dates out to Sunday. Some instructors will have the big assignment due on Friday, and that's why they give themselves the buffer, 48 hours to track down wayward assignments. I figured you want to turn them in early, great, but I really want to give you to the end of the course to turn in that summative assignment. But again, if anything happens, let me know, and that way we can dialogue and figure something out. So I want all of you to be successful in this course. So as long as we meet, like going way back to the very beginning of the course, as long as we meet those learning objectives, that's what I want to do. So there you go. I'll just leave it at that. You can see my cell phone number is located on this page. I forget where it's located off the top of my head, but go ahead and don't hesitate to text me. You can also email me as well. And that's a great way to get a hold of me. But for the rapid fire kind of issues that may bubble up very quickly, I had a student who was missing a page out of the textbook, and needed it because they're starting to work on their cat. They texted me and I just shot them back a picture of that missing page. So yeah, so we can kind of get those things handled pretty quickly. All right, guys. Again, I want to thank you for a wonderful class. You guys are super strong. One of the best groups that's ever come through this course. So thank you so much for being a fantastic group. Hopefully, I know this book can be kind of weighty, kind of dense. Again, this is kind of the Bible of evidence-based management, at least the best one I've ever found out there. You can, hopefully you can use these principles going forward in your professional careers. And, it doesn't, not for every case, but you can now know when these are very beneficial approach. And help your organizations, help them make better decisions. So hopefully you've got some value out of there that you can actually use in the real world. So that's my hope. All right, everybody have a great week. Anything comes up, let me know. Again, thank you so much for being in this class. Bye.